The sky was painted with fire and ash, the aftermath of their attack. Cities that once stood as testaments to human ingenuity now lay shattered, their ruins stretching toward the heavens in silent defiance. The alien fleet had come without warning, descending upon Earth like predators to prey. They didn't negotiate. They didn't explain. They bombed. Humanity wasn't ready for this. Not entirely. Sure, we'd prepared for wars between ourselves, squabbles over land and ideology. But an assault from the stars? That was beyond the scope of our nightmares. The aliens, the Virelx, didn't care about our dreams or fears. To them, Earth was just a target. Resources, experiments, a footnote in their quest for dominance. They believed we were insignificant, nothing more than clever animals scratching out a living on a blue rock. In the wake of their attack, there was silence, stunning, heavy silence. The kind that comes before a storm. The survivors gathered, not in despair, but in determination. Humanity had always been a strange species, prone to infighting but united in the face of a common enemy. This time was no different. Governments dissolved into irrelevance as the Earth United Command emerged, a coalition of leaders, scientists, and soldiers. The Virelx likely never gave their actions a second thought. Why would they? Their technology was centuries beyond ours, their ships massive constructs of sleek perfection that dwarfed our clumsy, fossil fuel-driven war machines. To them, the bombing was routine, a demonstration of their superiority. They probably laughed at the idea of retaliation. But here's the thing about humanity, they underestimated us. They didn't understand what happens when you push us too far. They didn't know that while our weapons might be crude, our resolve is not. The scars on our planet weren't marks of defeat. They were reminders of what we were capable of enduring. In bunkers beneath the earth, deep within mountains and under the seas, humanity's greatest minds worked tirelessly. Scientists reverse-engineered alien tech left behind in the debris. Soldiers trained harder than ever before. Civilians volunteered for missions they barely understood. The Virelx had given us a gift, though they didn't realize it, desperation. And with desperation came innovation. They thought we would scatter like frightened insects, burying ourselves in the dirt while they reaped the rewards of their conquest. But instead, we stood taller. We learned faster. We adapted. The Virelx weren't the first to mistake humanity's chaos for weakness, and they wouldn't be the last. It wasn't about revenge. It wasn't even about survival, not entirely. It was about proving a point, about sending a message to the stars. The attack may have devastated our cities, but it didn't crush our spirit. We weren't afraid of them. They thought they had ended us. How adorable. The Virelx fleet entered the asteroid belt with the same confidence that had defined their assault on Earth. Their ships glided through the void, sleek and silent, bristling with weaponry. To them, this was routine, a cleanup mission, a display of dominance to silence a species they considered no more than an inconvenience. They came expecting a quiet slaughter. What they found instead was chaos. The first strike came without warning. An asteroid, seemingly ordinary, erupted in a blinding explosion of plasma and shrapnel. Hidden within its core was one of humanity's new fusion warheads, designed to bypass their shields and strike at their hulls directly. It obliterated the lead ship of their formation, sending fragments spiraling through the fleet. The Virelx command hesitated for a fraction of a second, stunned. That hesitation was all we needed. From the shadows of the belt, humanity's fleet emerged. They weren't the massive dreadnoughts of the Virelx, but smaller, faster vessels designed for precision and speed. Each ship was a blend of human engineering and alien innovation, bristling with weaponry that cut through the Virelx defenses like paper. Coordinated by advanced AI systems, our ships moved with a level of precision that caught the Virelx completely off guard. The asteroid belt itself became our weapon. Hidden mines detonated as the Virelx ships moved into position, tearing apart their formations. Automated platforms, disguised as floating debris, unleashed relentless barrages of plasma fire, pinning their fleet into kill zones. For every maneuver they attempted, we had already anticipated and countered it. The Virelx, for all their technological superiority, found themselves trapped in a battlefield we had spent months crafting. But it wasn't just our weapons that broke them, it was the message we sent. Across their communication channels, a broadcast played, overriding their commands. A human voice, calm and cutting, echoed through their fleet. You bombed us. You thought we'd fall. But here's the thing, you've underestimated us. And now you'll pay for it. The Virelx panicked. Their rigid command structure, designed for efficiency but not flexibility, became their downfall. Without orders, their ships floundered, colliding with one another in desperate attempts to escape the kill zones. Their arrogance, the very foundation of their strategy, crumbled under the weight of our defiance. One by one, their ships were disabled or destroyed. Human pilots pushed their machines to the limit, using the agility of their smaller craft to outmaneuver and outwit their larger counterparts. The battle wasn't just a fight, it was a statement. This was humanity at its most dangerous, not because of our strength, but because of our adaptability, our refusal to yield. By the time the last Virelx ships retreated, the message was clear. They had come to crush us, but they had only awakened something far more dangerous than they had imagined. They had underestimated humanity, and they would never make that mistake again.